Our audience right quick. Just look in that camera and tell that type of person why they should be a car guy, why they should be car crazy.
You should be car crazy because it's a wonderful, wonderful phenomenon that's very contagious. And once you get bit by the car bug, you will always be a car person. Whether you're orange, green, yellow, or brown, it does not matter. Cars is definitely a beautiful thing, and you all should be involved in it.
When we come back, we'll find out what domestic car had the largest engine ever with front-wheel drive. So stay tuned. We'll be right back, right here on
Car Crazy.
So, what domestic car had the largest engine ever, along with front-wheel drive? The Cadillac Eldorado holds the record for the largest engine in a front-wheel drive production vehicle at 8.2 liters. One reason for such an enormous engine was smoothness due to the inertia of the engine soaking up much of the vibration caused by low milling tolerances of the era, resulting in a very smooth ride. And frankly, if you knew this obscure bit of car trivia, you must be car crazy. Just when we thought the car hobby might lose the next generation to computers and video games, an entirely new genre of car guys has exploded onto the scene. Listen to what next generation car guys have to say.
We're here at the Car Corral at Hershey. Some amazing cars here, thousands of them actually. And Elvis, Corey Robb has a car that Elvis really loved. He loved these Stetsons.
He truly did. He owned 5 of these cars. Immediately when he bought the 5th one, he gave it away to a friend, and he kept the 4 for himself.
Talk about this Stutz in particular.
Well, this Stutz has 53,000 original miles. I've always wanted one, and I paid a little too much for it, but I had to have it because I love Elvis and I love cars.
Now, when you drive this down the streets of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, you must get a few looks, huh?
A few. I get a lot of looks, and when I hit those air horns, everybody looks. It's a hand-built car. It's a very heavy car. It's rather fast, luxurious, and sporty at the same time.
Some kind of interior. Was this the interior that was in it when you bought the car?
It's the factory interior. It's all leather, everything. The door panels, and it's got genuine wood like a Rolls Royce would have.
Yeah. Now all the gold, is that from the factory? Like that? That's all factory?
That's all factory. The fur you see in the trunk, the fur on the bottom of the door panels is all factory.
Fur even inside the glove compartment?
Yes, you noticed that.
Oh yes, oh yes. Corey Robb, everybody, here at the Hershey Car Corral. Is this great or what?
I love it. It's fantastic.
No better place to be the second week of October every year, right?
Yes, sir. You got it.
And that's the truth.
And now, once again, Barry McGuire.
You often hear me say that it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a gal. If you love cars, you're a car guy. It always makes me feel good when you ladies come up at the events we go out to and talk about your passion for cars. And those of you who write us and send us your emails particularly light our fire. And I have 3 of those letters I want to share just pieces from today. Ashley from Fort Myers Beach writes, I'm a 17-year-old girl. All my friends drive brand new import cars and fancy rides. I, on the other hand, choose not to. Since a very young age, she's 17, since a very young age, I took an interest in my father's old muscle cars. The shape, the style, the speed, everything about old cars makes me melt. Is this great? After saving money for quite some time, my father and I found an ad in the newspaper for a 78 Nova. When we got there and the owner of the Nova drove it out of the garage, I immediately fell in love. That day I spent every dime I had on my Black Beauty. I wouldn't leave without it. I am now studying to be a mechanic. That way I don't have to worry about anyone touching my baby besides me. And then Talia from Bismarck, North Dakota writes, I'm 16. What got me started on loving cars was actually a movie. I'd always been a fast driver, but it wasn't until last summer that I developed my passion for cars and my love of muscle cars and their strength. I've already started to save for the 1967 Shelby Mustang that I will buy someday. Mustangs have always been my signature car. She's 16 years old, and Mustangs have always been her signature car, and someday I will have one. And then Bonnie from Ocean Park, Washington writes to us and says, I was not a real car person until my husband came home with a 1980 Kellison Stallion that was built by Red Stallion Incorporated. It only had 9,463 miles on it. It was stored in an old barn for 6 years. Only a month after having it in the shop, my husband had that 480 big block running just like new. So now I watch your show and I get it now. You will go down in history as the Typhoid Mary of Car Crazy. Thank you, buddy. That's the ultimate compliment I could possibly have. That is what we're trying to do with this show, to make everybody a little more car crazy. And we want to spread that disease as fast as possible to as many people. And it is so nice to have that compliment coming from one of the ladies in our audience, a serious car guy. And you represent all the other ladies across the United States and around the world that share this passion just as brightly as every car guy I've ever spoken to. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching, and I do hope we made you just a little bit more car crazy.
Car Crazy has been brought to you by Meguiar's, serious car care for car crazy people. If you're car crazy or know someone who is, send your car crazy comments or confessions to carcrazycentral.com.